coach is Rick Stewart with allaccesscoaching.com. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button down below so we can let you know when new content's been uploaded.
All right, some of the other stuff that we do that is secondary to us that really, really affects the defense. And again, guys, if you have any questions, please let me know. Is our midline, okay? Usually when I start this talk, I tell guys, like, I don't know what the slot's doing that week. When I pull up the film, we were always tinkering with what the slot was doing. Do we motion him? Do we fold him? Do we not send him in there? What do we do with those guys? And we've done it every single way possible. I don't know that there's another way to run midline that we haven't done because it's just different than it is under center. Under center, that thing hits 1,000 miles an hour. It's one of the prettiest plays in football, but it took some time with us tinkering with it in the shotgun to get that thing right. And we're finally at a place that we feel really good about it and feel really good about doing it out of multiple formations. So it's been a really good play for us. Hasn't been the most dynamic play, but again, I hope you've heard me say this a lot. How do we make a defense fit differently? How do we utilize a formation and a motion and an angle and a read man to make them fit a little bit differently than they're used to. So for us, we define midline as reading the first down lineman play side. We have read the nose in the past. We went away from that. Unfortunately, I was a big fan of that as the O-line coach, but for us, it's going to be the first down lineman play side. So he's got to be defined play side being shade or wider. Up front, our rules are going to be our center to our backside tackle. They're zoning away. Okay. They're zoning away from that read key. Our play side guard is QRPing to the second level. So he's going to take the quickest, what QRP means for us is quickest release possible. So if he's got a shade, then he's going to go outside to the first linebacker, head up the inside of him. If he's got a 2 technique or a 3 technique, now he's going to go inside. If he can't get inside, then he'll do what I was getting that tackle do on that 4-eye, throw and pass and work up to the second level. Our play side tackle, he's going to zone C gap. Our tight end, he's going to zone D gap. And then here's what took us forever to get to is that our split side slot. So I haven't harped on this a lot, but in our offense, we have a tight side and a split side, and the tight end travels with the tight end. Guard, tackle, tight end travel with that side. And then we got a guard and a tackle that travel to the split end side. Okay. So what I mean there is our split side slot. So if we're in a right formation and our tight end is on the right, that's where our 3-man surface is. Our split side slots to the left. No matter where we call the midline, whether it's to the left or to the right, he's blocking strong support. We always want that 3-man surface to protect the quarterback or the O-back, whoever is going to be attacking that side. We feel that we need a 3-man surface to take care of that overhang player. So he's always blocking strong support, right? He shouldn't have the C-gap player. That should be the tackle zone in that way, whether it's on the play side or the back side. So it should be that outside backer or that safety rolled down, whoever it is, in that strong support alley defender. And then our tight side slot, okay? Our tight side slot, who's over there attached to that tight end, he is going to go in motion and he is going to insert to the play side. So he could go in motion and come right back downhill to the side that he was on, or he could go in motion and cross the quarterback and head downhill on the opposite side. So he's inserting on the play side, replacing the read key, if you will, right? Then the O-back, he's got the same track he would an inside veer and outside veer. I'm trying to talk normal option terms there, inside veer and outside veer. That's not really what we call it, but our triple option and our wide triple option, he's got the same track on midline. It's just now he's really trying to bang it in that backside A gap. That's really where he's trying to stay. He's obviously not trying to bend it back to that shade or that 2 or that 3 technique, or even the 4-eye if we run it to an odd front. So that's our base rules right there. Sometimes we'll tinker with, what the tight end and the tackle are doing together if we get an odd look out there, but for the most part, they're just zoning their gaps. Okay. So here it is drawn up, running it to the closed set. Up front, I said this in the wide triple one, anybody inside the read key zones away. Okay. Anybody outside the read key is going to zone two the call is what I mean by that. Then our split side slot over here on the left. Okay. Whether he was play side or backside, he's backside here. He's blocking the strong support player. Okay. Our tight side slot, whether he's play side or backside. Okay. He's play side here. He's going to come in motion. He is going to insert, blocking the most dangerous man, right? Could be the play side linebacker if our guard gets squeezed down. Could be the safety, in this picture, about as clean a look as you could get. We hope our guard's up on that middle linebacker, and our slot can now, block the safety. But we really like this because now that safety probably has that slot man. He's rotating over with him. Now he's got to stick his foot in the ground and fit inside the tackle box. So footwork stays the same back here. Same aim and point going to the backside cheek of the center. We're just telling him to stay back here instead of bending the front side. And our quarterback is reading the first down lineman play side and replacing him. All right, I'll go ahead and I'll just get to the tight view. Okay, so we've got midline to the right. So the first down lineman play side would be, I think that's 64 right here. Okay, so starting on our backside, our center is going to zone his backside gap. Our guard's going to zone his backside gap. He's got kind of nothing there, so he's going to lend help, get a good double team here to our backside linebacker, and our tackle is going to zone his gap. He's got a tight 5 there. And then our slot back, he's got strong support. So he's going to end up out here. We're going to end up with this, doubling this 2I to that linebacker there. We're going to get our guard. He's going to have quickest release possible to play side linebacker. Our tackle is going to zone C gap. Our tight end is going to zone D gap. And our slot is going to come in motion, and he's going to ISO this linebacker or pick up the most dangerous guy, however it works out with our guard and slot getting through there. So, Coach, again, to answer your question about aim and point, that's really what we want. This mesh right here, the angle of this O-back, that's really what we want on those triples and those wide triples when they're offset, right? It's a little bit harder when they're in pistol. They're still trying to get over there. But we would just tell them, now if we were running triple or wide triple, now, his landmark is now to bend it back to the front side. But that's kind of the angle we want. You can see it's a good view of his 6-inch gather step, crossing over. Now, when he hit that foot in the ground, since it's midline and he's going backside, then he's going to stay over there. But if he wasn't, he would start to bend it play side. Okay. Give read here. Just different fits for guys, even though that was a pretty good fit by their safety. You can't do that every time that our slot goes in motion over there, right? So. Okay, so we've got midline to the left. That shade is 1. Everybody over here zoning their gap, getting a double team where we can get a double team. We're QRPing. We're zoning our gap. This is our tight side here. He's going to come and he's going to insert on play side. Not quite sure what my guard's doing there. It's 76 right there. Smartest, most intelligent, and no offense, Bob, most intelligent individual I've ever coached. But when he got on the football field, not so much. But midline is a great play. You can see it just opening up there and really inserting that slot, which most under center teams do. It just took us a while to get there with trying to do it out of so many formations. Type view of it for you. You might have any questions on midline so far or the quick game stuff? So first down lineman play side, be the shade, QRP to the linebacker, zone your gap, double team into the backside, zone your gap, strong support, motion from space, insert. First down lineman play side, double team in here, zone into the backside, zone, and we're actually in an unbalanced formation here. zone your gap, motion, and insert. Quickest release possible. Hope those lines aren't too confusing for you guys. Trying to get through more than I got through in the first one. Typically for us, these are pulls. I know I got a good mixture in here, but for the most part, we think we're getting this thing pulled, especially with a 2i. All right, here it is. So an open set, just showing you where the O-back fits, or excuse me, the slot fits. So he motioned all the way from the tight side, comes downhill. We're crossing the football here. You know, the look pretty much stays the same. There's one. We're zoning here, zoning our gap. Quickest release possible to 35. Our right tackle would zone his gap as well. A little bit different box. We got 2 linebackers in the box, but rules stay the same. We're running midline to the left. There's one. Zone your gap to the backside. Play side tackle zone in his gap. Strong support. We're going to get a motion in it. Insert. Really, we want to protect that quarterback. That's where the insert came from. Is we did it with no motion, trying to. So many people key on option teams' motions. We really wanted something that was no motion, but then we really wanted to protect the quarterback. You can see that slot gets, if the Reek was in a different spot and held up our guard, then our slot would pick up that play side linebacker. And then we just take our chances with the safety, right? Who we kind of do there anyway, because 3 doesn't really throws his purse at him. But now we're talking slot back. Get up in there. Then we'll do it out of 3x1, and their 3x1 rules would be, the attached slot is part of the 3-man surface, right? So our space slot would come in motion and insert there. So it used to be a secondary concept, a truly secondary concept for us that we ran just a few times a game out of one set to one side that we knew what we were getting, and we could keep it very simple. And then we evolved into being, we run it out of unbalanced, we run it out of 3x1. We just know we have to have a 3-man surface on both sides. So we have to have some type of tight end presence on the field. We will lock it where our slot doesn't come in motion. He just folds from where he is, which obviously we can't have him in space to do that. But clearly midline's been a good play against us for us against Stetson. Just making guys fit differently, really being able to fit up on those linebackers a little bit better. Especially Presbyterian, number 44 was a really good player. And when we were trying to work our double teams to him was a struggle. Because he could dodge a block pretty good, but now we can work straight up to him, make him play a little bit slower, just making guys fit differently.
Coaches, Rick Stewart with allaccesscoaching.com. I really hope this video helps make you a better coach. Make sure you hit the subscribe and like button down below so we can let you know when new content becomes available, because we're all about coaches helping coaches. And remember, coach, better today, never as good as tomorrow.